How's it going, YouTube? Today we got another unboxing video for today, and we're not just unboxing one, but two deck sets. So these are what Vanguard is calling master deck sets, featuring Dredjeweled with Michiru and Leanorn with Urara. So we're going to be cracking both of these open. These are both fully complete, ready to play out of the box decks, not like those $20 trial decks with vanillas in them. These are cards with full effects. Pretty much you could just play with them at like a local tournament with these right in the box, and they do pretty well. So I would say these are probably a good investment for players who are new to the game and are interested in maybe potentially picking any of these up. Both of these decks are getting support in DZ set 10, so it's a good investment for that as well. I also did pick these up on 50 cards. So if you are interested in where to pick up Vanguard products, you can check out 50cards.shop. Use code Nexus to get 5% off so you can pick up nice little Vanguard goodies like this. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the unboxing. All right, so we're going to start things off by opening the Urara deck set. So we've got a nice little display box, good for storing cards in the future. So if you're new to Vanguard and you are interested in picking up a product, I think either one of these, Urara or the Michiru, is a good place to start. It gives you the contents of what's in the deck, gives you what's in here for accessories such as a pack of sleeves, play sheet, energy counter. Comes with a character R pack, which is like a trigger, I believe. So it comes also with plant tokens. So if the deck needs to generate plant tokens, it comes with those as well. So pretty much everything you need right out of the box, just so you can start playing right away. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice little tear there and crack this baby open and slide the little piece out. Oh, come on. There you go. Folds up really nice there for trash. But yeah, we get this really nice storage box. Got Leanorn and Urara just all over it. So if you're a big Urara fan, we have those for you. Oh, those are the sleeves. Okay, so these are the sleeves that they give you for the deck. I'll have to count. I really hope it's not exactly 50, but it could be. But it comes with sleeves, which is more than I can say for the premium stride deck sets. So that's pretty nice. This is your deck. Looks like it is not foiled. So that's kind of disappointing, because if you're paying like $60 MSRP and you're not even getting foiled cards, like it's kind of ridiculous. You know, you can pay $30 MSRP and get a Pokemon pre-built deck and like get some nice foiled cards, but pay $60. And anyways, got some little markers you can pop out too. So there's like a little energy tracker here. Ooh, these are thick. Wait a minute, I'm gonna pop these out now. Whoa, wait, these are actually like not paper. They're not, look, this is some stiff cardboard. They got some stiff markers in here. All right, they're upgrading the quality. That's good to know. Wonder if I can, yeah, that'll stick in there for now. But that's actually pretty nice. And we got this little, I think this is supposed to be like a play mat. Yeah, love paper mats. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Look at that paper mat. It's got your Vanguard, your rearguard circles. I kind of miss when mats did this, where they had the circles and the zones, you know? It was just nice to have some like uniformity. So yeah, you got a little paper mat, so you can play with this. You know, if you got a friend or a sibling and you both pick up one of these, the one of each, you can have a mat to play with right out of the box. There is nothing on the back, no advertising or anything. So it's just strictly a playmat. They're like no BS here, except for the fact that the cards aren't foiled, but yeah. Oh, and there's a PR promo pack, this thing here. Just tore this apart, but I'm pretty sure that was trash. And pull this little foam piece out, and there's your storage box. So now you can put a deck in here. There's no deck box. That's kind of disappointing. All right, so my camera decided to just stop recording as I was opening this, and I had already opened my promo. Here's the remains of it. So I did this whole like cool drum roll effect and everything for it. But we did get a pretty sick pull. We got the Alana crit that features Urara on there, the Wildress Season 2 depiction of her. Very, very cool. I'm not going to put it in the deck though. I know there are some Urara collectors out there that would probably really appreciate having this card more than I would. So I'm just more of a Knight guy, you know, not really much of a Leanorn guy. So this is definitely going in the binder. There's a very, very happy Leanorn or Urara stan out there somewhere that's going to be very happy when they get their hands on this, because I do not plan on keeping it. I'm going to go ahead and kind of break down what comes in the contents of the deck. Again, every single card in here is not foiled. It's all common. So you are indeed paying MSRP 60 or more for an entirely commoned out deck. With that said, let's go ahead and jump right into, the deck. So you got your ride line up front. We got the Grand March Full Bloom Leanorn as the grade 3, Rectina as the grade 2, Gracia as the grade 1, and Corfi as the grade 0. So as everyone knows, you're basically going to be replacing the ride line with the Roroana stuff because you basically want to get the plant tokens early instead. I don't really think there's anything wrong with the Rectina ride line if you like the flavor. It's not like these are bad. It's just the Roroa ride line is arguably better. So that's probably what you're going to be upgrading these for anyways. But with that said, if you just want to stick with this because you want to just pick up a Leanorn deck and play around with it, this works just fine in my opinion. But if you do plan on being competitive with Leanorn, you might want to pick up the Roroa stuff, at least until we know what the new Leanorn stuff is going to be. So anyways, with that said, let's just go ahead and jump into the rest of the deck. It does come with an energy generator, so you will be able to get energy for card effects. So that is nice that it just came with one, kind of expected now that I think about it. And then we have our Leanorn Vivaces. We do get, I believe, a playset. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Vivace in this deck. We have Resonance Dragons. We have 1, 2, 3 copies of Resonance Dragons. Friendly Broccoli, which was a double R. We have 1, 2, 3 copies of Broccoli. Then La Grace, or La Grace, which was a triple R, now a common. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of La Grace, which is cool. Luster Impact Dragon, which used to be a promo. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of that. Lentis, which was a double R. We get 1, 2, 3 copies of that. Parcea, which was a promo, a very sought after promo when it first came out for Leanorn, because a huge buff to the deck. So really, really nice that they added this. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Parcea, which is nice. Rosarium Fairy, which was a triple R. Very, very cool because this is what also really helps make the deck function. So it's a plant token generator. It gives a bunch of power because it increases another unit's power by the power of one of your other units. So as your rear guards are building up their own power in the back row, you can just, when this attacks, just be able to bump it up even more, which is really, really, really cool. And the fact that it's an 8K that has an on attack, but it's just going to get so much power is just really cool. But you get 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Rosarium Fairy. Very, very nice, very helpful for the deck. Definitely. Perfect guards, you get Custodial Dragon, which is the better perfect guard. It's not like the regular trial deck ones where it's just the effect of discarding to perfect guard. This one has it where you have 1 or less in hand. The PG is free, so you get 1, 2, 3 of that, alluding to the Elementaria Sanctitude that's probably in here. Plus favors are over trigger. Melodia, Palmera. We get 4 of these. Yes, so this is the crit from the original trial deck. I think all the triggers are the ones from the original trial deck. They're all vanillas. You get 4 draws. You get 3 fronts, and then you get your 4 heals. So pretty standard stuff. You're going to be upgrading those for effect triggers later. And then we have the Regalis piece. So the Michiru and the Urara deck sets feature brand new Regalis pieces that are exclusive to the sets. So if you want to pick up Sound of Wave, it only comes in the Urara deck set. So the effect is it's a blitz order. If your Vanguard's grade is less than or equal to your opponent's, this can be played while ignoring its grade, which is helpful. It has the effect of choose a unit that is being attacked. It gets 15k until the end of the battle. Then you can choose one of your opponent's units, and until the end of the turn, that unit gets -5. If your opponent Persona Road, it gets -10. So this is just helpful where if you're kind of falling behind, your opponent gets triggers, they're pushing you, and you can maybe guard and then lower the attack of another attacker, so it just makes it easier for yourself. So it's a pretty decent Regalis piece. I'm not really sure if people are going to be picking this over other Regalis pieces, but this is a cool card to exist in Vanguard. And then we get our other Blitz order, which is Elementary Institute. So this is our 4th Sentinel. Very, very nice that they added this to the deck set. Just makes it easier because obviously every deck is going to run an Elementary Sanctitude. So I do appreciate the fact that they put it in the deck set. And then you get your plant tokens and your energy counter. Just to keep track of your energy. So there are cards in this deck that do generate plant tokens. So it was nice of them for, to offer the 5 plant tokens as expected. So, but that's pretty much it. I would say for this deck, like if I'm going to rate on like a scale of 1 to 5, I would give it like maybe a 2 in terms of like competitive viability. The triggers obviously need to be upgraded. The ride line needs to be switched out for the Rorona cards. And there's other triple Rs like the Energy E-Blast Cyclers that I believe Leonorn players are playing. But if you're just trying to pick up the deck set for a brand new player who's new to the game, or if you're not new to the game, but you've always wanted to own a Leonorn deck and you just kind of want a place to get started to get all the Leonorn cards, I would say this is like a 4 out of 5, maybe 5 out of 5 product for that. Definitely a 5 out of 5 product, 10 out of 10, like great product for beginners. If you're trying to pick up a Leonorn deck, this could be a good start, but again, we just got reveals of a new Leonorn that's going to be coming out in set 10. I have no idea how much of this is going to carry over into the new deck, so I don't want to say to get this to invest in that set because we don't know if any of these cards will carry over. But if you don't really care and you just want to build Leonorn now, just to be able to play the deck now, take it to your locals, enter it in a local tournament. You'll probably do fine until you have to play against Bazarga. But other than that, this is a good, fun deck to play. For 60 bucks compared to what the average Vanguard deck goes for, like in the hundreds, it's a good, fair price for a Vanguard deck compared to the secondary market. That said, $60 MSRP for a fully commoned deck is kind of criminal. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a big fan of that, but at least maybe one foil, or at least foil out the ride line, or give one foil of like the main grade 3 and maybe one foil of Leonorn, or one foil of each card would be nice. At least one foil would be cool, but no, nothing's foiled in this, which is kind of wild. But besides that, basically in summary, you get sleeves, you get a little marker thing. We did pull the Alana crit, and you get your nice little storage box. So with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and jump into the Michiru deck set. I'm going to open that up for you guys so you can see what comes in that little box. I'm going to do a quick cut in real quick because I'm just kind of going over the whole sleeve situation, just thinking about it. It just dawned on me. You get 53 sleeves in your 54 plus card deck because you got your energy and your tokens. So this, tokens aside, this is a 54 card deck, but you only get 53 sleeves. So like, I understand that the ride deck needs to be sleeved separate. Like, these have to be in separate sleeves. Why not provide the sleeves, right? Like, make a pack for the main deck and make like a little 4-pack for the ride deck. I am a little bit disappointed that they did not provide additional character sleeves for the ride deck. That's all I'll really say. All right, going on to the Michiru Master Deck set. So we got our boy Michiru in his Season 3 look, or his Deluxe look, or his Divines look. We got Dredgewald Ignis on the cover. Got some good looks here. We got the card contents here. Similar to the Urara deck set, it's going to come with a sleeves, storage box, energy counters. It's going to come with its own exclusive Regalis piece, and it does come with Elementaria Sanctitude, but I'm assuming this is the one that works for the grade 4. We did get these deck lists revealed like a while ago. I'm just forgetting what was in them, so I am going to be surprised at some of these things because it was just so long ago when they revealed this, and it's kind of crazy how time flies, and now it's here. I'm gonna just go ahead and reiterate this. Now that we already know that the cards in this set are common, kind of jumping into this and knowing that you get a commoned out deck for 60 bucks is kind of whatever, but it is, I think this is still a good starting point for players that either want to pick up a deck that they've never owned or are brand new to the game. So right at the bat, the Michiru sleeves, not bad looking. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of fucking with this artwork. It's not bad. We got our little markers here, so like for energy tracking, nothing on the back, but power crits are there. We got your commoned out deck here. You got our playmat, kind of show what that looks like. There's nothing on the back, just like the other one, but take a look at this. Very cool paper playmat with Michiru and Dredgewald on the cover, and the rest is just our storage box and our promo. So I'm actually going to be able to open this one on camera for you guys because my camera's not bugging out right now. We got our storage box. I'm gonna put the storage box off to the side, and then we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get the promo pack out of the way. See what we get. Ooh, draw trigger. Oh, that's sick. Ruse Wieldmaster Riley. If your opponent's grade 3, opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 or greater, gets 5k shield. So this also looks really, really nice. This is just a really nice artwork. Again, gonna go ahead and sleeve that bad boy right up there. Very nice. This is really cool. These are gonna be nice to have in the binder. But again, like these aren't like my guys, and I'm also not like a character trigger collector, but I know there are people out there that love this stuff. So someone out there is going to be very happy when they get those off me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the deck unboxing for Dredjeweled Ignis Master Deck Set. So we got our ride line. We got the Demonic Jewel Dragon Dredjeweled, which is the better Dredjewel to ride as of right now. We don't know what the new Dredjeweled for set 10 does as of yet. So we got that as our grade 3. Grade 2 is Dragneel, Jewel Core Dragon, and Julius Draco Kid. This isn't going to change at all. Like if you're thinking about building a Dredjeweled deck, this is exactly what your ride line is going to be. There's like kind of nothing crazy about this. Then we have our energy generator, just like the other deck sets, so now you can pay energy costs. Going into the main deck, we get our Dredjeweled Ignis, our grade 4. So this is like after you ride your grade 3 turn, you immediately go into Ignis. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Ignis, which is nice. We get Rilstar Galere, Demonic Jewel Dragon Rilstar Galere. We get 1, 2, 3 copies. Yeah, we get 3 copies of that grade 3, which I believe people are still running as a 1 of. So this is nice to have. Then we have Impusa, 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Impusa. This was actually pretty difficult to get your hands on when it first came out because it was a shop promo. So you could only get it by attending shop events, or I think it was you can only attend it for shop challenges, I think is what it was. Something like that. I forget. So you get 4 of those. It also comes with the Spear Knight Zagan, which is from set 13, D set 13, I believe. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of that, which is nice. Rocker Gore, which was a triple R from D set 6. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Rocker Gore right away. So that's like pretty much what your deck needs. Compositive Freaks. This card I believe people don't run, but I still think it's not terrible. It's not a terrible card at all. If it's in the drop zone, if you have a Vanguard Jewel and a stain, you combine this to choose a grade 3 or greater card from your drop and put into your soul. So that kind of helps feed into Ignis's ability, where grade 4 Ignis counts as any grade. So it does help with that, and it gets extra 5 shield, which is nice. So you get 1, 2, 3 copies of that. So it's like there's only 3, it's not too many. Then Varpula, really helpful card because it helps restand rear guards. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Varpula, which is very nice. Horde / Draco Kid. Some people are indifferent about this card. They're like, it works. And other people are like, I whiff every time. It's a card that lets you look at the top 7 looking for grade 4 Dredjeweled. Or if you have a grade 4 Dredjeweled Vanguard, you get to draw a card. So it just kind of helps you to find the grade 4. You get 1, 2, 3 copies of that, so also not too bad. Malice Dragon PGs, you get 1, 2, 3 of those because we have our Elementaria that's in here. Galmageld, which is our over trigger of this deck. I want to say that people are running a different over trigger. I believe, I'm blanking right now, but I want to say that Valnut is probably better. I could be wrong about that, but you know, Galmageld, just to make your Vanguard have an extra crit for the rest of the game, can be scary. So it's not terrible, but I do think people are playing around with other over triggers. We got our Connected Rampage Clen crit. Should get 4 of those. Again, these are all vanilla triggers, so it should be 4 draws and then 3 fronts, and then Kepir Companion for heals. And then right after that, we get our exclusive Regalis piece. So this is a Regalis piece that only comes in the Michiru deck set. So if you want to pick this up, I know people in like Shiranui decks are playing with this, so something to keep an eye out for. If you play Shiranui, this is really good to have in that deck. So what this card does is if you did not ride from the ride deck this turn, this ability can be played without paying the cost. The cost is only Counterblast 1, so it's not even that crazy. Choose up to 2 non-Sentinel norm units with different names, and the sum of their grades being less than or equal to your Vanguard from your drop zone and call them a rear. If you called 1 or less cards, put this card into the soul. So this is great for Dredjeweled, obviously, because you play this. You can either grab you can grab a Rockagore and an Imposa, just because they have 2 different card names. So in both of these, where are they? Or you can grab Zagon. You can grab Zagon and Imposa, Zagon and Rockagore, because once you're on grade 4, you can grab 2 grade 2s of different grades. But if you do decide to only grab 1 card, putting a grade 3 into your stole is still really helpful, because you're going to be soul blasting 5 cards with different grades. So being able to put a 3 into your soul is really nice. And then we have our other Elementary Sanctitude. So this one is different from the one that's in the Urara set. They do have different abilities, even though they are both Elementaria. The Urara one only works if you're on a grade 3 Vanguard. This one works regardless what grade your Vanguard is. So because, Dreadjewel Ignis is grade 4, the other Elementaria would not work. So this one is specifically made for decks that aren't on grade 3 Vanguards. And then we got our energy counter. So I guess since I kind of rated the other deck too, I'll give my thoughts on this deck. I guess on a scale of 1 to 5, competitively, I want to say again a 2. It's just because Ignis is just not a viable deck right now in the meta. That just kind of falls behind a little too much. It's fun in the way that it's cool that you get multi-attacks and that you can put your opponent's Vanguard's power to 0. So if they get an over trigger or any trigger, you just kind of negate that completely. Being able to multi-attack, get 5 attacks each turn is nice. It's got a decent amount of consistency with filtering and filling your soul and things like that. That said, it's just a little too slow, and it also doesn't have very good hand advantage in terms of drawing cards. Even though Ignis has triple drive, it's just kind of really whatever. That said, again, if you are someone who is new to Vanguard, or you were like, man, I always wanted to build a Dreadjewel deck. Dreadjewel looks so cool. If you guys are interested in playing a dark, spooky, scary Wyvern Dragon Man, you can pick this up for probably $60 MSRP. It's probably going to be a little more on the market. Again, I'll repeat myself what I said earlier. $60 market price for a fully commoned out deck, kinda whack. Not a big fan. A $30 deck would have been really cool, and I understand that it does come with sleeves and a storage box. I don't really know if a storage box and sleeves are worth $30. The storage box maybe alone by itself is probably worth $10 in my opinion, at least in terms of value, but everything that you get here being $60 is fair. If anyone's charging you more than $60, they're ripping you off. Of course, that is just the state of the Vanguard market. Doesn't even come with a deck box. I've mentioned that before with the Urara one. Would have been cool if they used that extra room for a deck box, but I digress. So I want to say that I'll rate these products, both of them. Where's the Urara one? I'm gonna rate both of these decks based on 2 categories, one being competitive viability. I guess 3 categories. I'll do competitive viability, value in terms of what type of player you are and whether or not you should pick this up, and then my personal opinion on how I feel about it as a product. I know I kind of already went over all that stuff already, but just to dive right in, these decks are not super competitive. These are not tier 1 decks in a box. So if you're new to Vanguard and you're I'm going to pick up this thing because it seems like it's really good and everyone says they're good, maybe I'll do one on a tournament. Don't get your hopes up too much. Of course, Vanguard does have a lot of a luck factor, so you might do really well in a local tournament. These decks do come with a lot of really good consistent cards, and I would say that that's probably the biggest incentive to pick up this deck. So I would say if your goal is to pick up Leonorn deck because you like Leonorn, or your goal is to pick up Dreadjewel because you really like Dreadjewel, this is a great product. This is a great product to pick up if the goal is I want a Dreadjewel deck. I don't care if it's good. I don't care if it's meta. I just want something that's playable and not full of stupid, shitty vanillas or shitty cards that I'm gonna get rid of. Most of the cards in this deck you can keep and it's playable, and every card has a purpose, essentially. Every card has a very unique and intentional purpose for the deck to function. So I would say functionally these decks are great out of the box. Competitive value, not great. That tackled competitive value and I guess personal value to the product. So the third and final thing I'll say is the product value, or what you're getting for your buck. It's not enough in my opinion. You get a storage box, sleeves, and a completely commoned out deck. So it really feels like you paid $60 for proxies. That's kind of what it feels like. But at least tournament legal proxies, if you want to think of it that way. That all being said, to each their own. Again, I picked these up because I didn't own a Dreadjewel deck. I didn't own a Leonorn deck. Now I do. I own both of these, so I can play with these if I choose to. And that's something that happens when you have free will and freedom of choices. You can do those things. I would say, depending on what your goal and what your intentions are, the products are cool. The dollar value is where I kind of start getting iffy about it, but the product themselves, I think it's pretty dope. That's it. That's all I really wanted to get into with these. I'm not going to make any promises about seeing gameplay with these decks as much as I would love to show gameplay of these decks. It is something that I am currently lacking in terms of availability, is trying to find people that are willing to make gameplay videos with me at the moment. That said, if I do somehow get someone to make content with me and do a match with these decks, y'all will see it in a future video. But until then, I will be on the lookout to try and find someone who is available to record games with these. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So my name is Richard. Thank you guys for watching this lengthy unboxing video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.